visit his child.
Elizabeth Edwards on her husband's affair. Next ET.
Government inspectors sorted through the wreckage of the Dallas Cowboys practice facility Monday, trying to figure out why the brand new roof collapsed when it was hit by a storm Saturday. 12 people were hurt, one critically. CBS's Dave Price has more.
It was supposed to be a regular football practice for newly drafted Dallas Cowboy players, but in a matter of minutes, it became a mad dash for safety.
Oh my God! Hey, is anybody ever there?
A rare weather pattern of high winds and pouring rain called a microburst flattened the tent-like practice facility. Winds were clocked at 64 miles per hour, one shy of a tornado. All this with little warning.
1 minute, those lights started to shake on the ceiling, and then pretty soon the walls started to billow, and then the next thing we knew, the wall behind me started coming down, and everyone just started running for the exit.
When it was over, 12 people were injured, 3 seriously. Scouting assistant Rich Beam's spine was severed, paralyzing him from the waist down. Inspectors from the Occupational Safety and Health Administration were on scene. The 80-foot-high facility had just been repaired a year earlier. The company that built and repaired it, Summit Structures of Allentown, Pennsylvania, stood by its engineering. The weather phenomenon that brought it down was captured on a cell phone by a nearby witness. Now, a microburst is often referred to as an upside-down tornado because of its inverted cone shape. It's a sudden downdraft of air, sometimes accompanied by rain or hail, which accelerates as it heads downward towards the surface and then spreads out with destructive force for a very short period of time and in a limited area. So it's quite possible that the highest winds would have been right at the top of the practice facility, which may very well have destabilized the structure. Now, obviously, a lot of questions still need to be answered, and investigators continue their work. Dave Price, CBS News, New York.
Monday marked 2 years since a massive tornado all but destroyed Greensburg, Kansas, killing 11 people. The twister stayed on the ground for an incredible 12 minutes and wiped out 95% of the town. Now, 24 months later, remarkable transformation continues. CBS's Jeff Glor reports.
Just about everywhere you look in Greensburg,
right here.
Somebody's building something, or something's just been built. Non-stop for 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
Ever since a 1.5 mile wide tornado with 205 mile-an-hour winds basically wiped this town of 1,500 people off the map. Greensburg, May 3rd, 2007. Then Greensburg, May 4th.
Is there anything left?
There's nothing.
This was Jill Eller the next day.
Oh my God.
Hopelessly sifting through the ruins of her house and her life.
How do you start?
Like many here, her family lived in a trailer for 2 years, willing themselves to stay.
We felt like we were abandoning ship if we left Greensburg.
This is Jill and her husband Scott today.
It's called the Igloo House, the Princess Leia House.
All those things and more?
Yeah, and more.
Yeah, those are the nice things.
Last month, they moved into their one-of-a-kind 3-bedroom green dream house, energy efficient and more tornado resistant, with SIPS panels, 6 inches of styrofoam sandwiched between layers of plywood. Their gas bill went from $200 a month to only $30, but their mortgage went from nearly paid off to $200,000.
We're in the worst financial position we've been in since we first got married, but we're working it out.
Like the Ellers, it would have been easier for most people to leave, but about 800 refused, no matter how it looked and no matter how much it cost. And now, Greensburg is ground zero for the green movement. The area got nearly $100 million from the government to rebuild, including a $50 million school, a $25 million hospital, and a $3 million city hall. All of them certified LEED Platinum, the most energy efficient you can get, but not inexpensive. Greensburg has gone from a town that was celebrating its survival on the first anniversary of this tornado to one that is now asking serious questions about its future on the second.
We expect to be bigger, stronger, and greener.
The question is, what happens when all the aid money dries up? Can going green produce green? To survive, City Manager Steve Hewitt is tirelessly working to capitalize on his town's name by luring in green businesses. places that build products for wind and solar and other clean energy companies, which would mean critically needed jobs that so far have not materialized.
Do you worry that despite everything you've done, all the money that's been spent, the buildings may not be filled?
I'm scared that someday, if I don't keep working hard every single day, we'd have empty buildings again. And I don't want empty buildings. I don't want a ghost town.
Yeah, how are you?
If anyone embodies the costs here, from the storm to the rebuilding, it's Sarah Schmidt. The tornado took her husband Harold after 53 years of marriage.
He had 5 surgeries, and every 48 hours they were doing surgery. I'm trying to save him. But it wasn't meant to be.
Left only with Harold's Bible.
It was wet clear through it. I took it page by page and dried it out.
She decided to stay. Even though at 76 years old, it meant working 2 jobs to pay for her new house. Right or wrong, for Greensburg, there's no going back.
I think that I was meant to stay here for a reason, and I hope I find it, and I hope it helps someone else.
This is the standard we set ourselves for clarity and shine in new Finnish Quantum. Its advanced technology delivers an unbeatable clean and jet-dry action that leaves nothing behind but the shine. It's only dishwashing, but we believe you deserve brilliant results every time. Finish, the new name for Electrosol, the diamond standard.
I need pain relief that won't mess with my grip.
The new Icy Hot No Mess Applicator. Massages in long-lasting relief for shoulders, knees, backs, even arthritis. Icy to dull pain, hot to relax it away. Icy Hot No Mess Applicator.
No pain, no mess.
Falling asleep, not a problem. I discovered new Unisom Sleep Melts. Dissolves quickly without water and tastes great. I get to sleep faster, stay asleep, and wake refreshed. Melt to sleep fast. Get new Unisom Sleep Melts.
Even if you love spots, there are some places you don't want to see them. Get rid of spots in your oven with Easy Off Fume-Free Oven Cleaner. It starts working instantly without fumes. Just spray and wipe. Spot cleaning with Easy Off Fume-Free means less full cleaning later. And no fumes makes it great for everyday cleaning. And this summer, clean your grill with new Easy Off Barbecue Grill Cleaner.
If you look at the last 6 months, I think you'll agree that the production growth opportunity that we have for us would... What is that?
That's the money you could be saving with Geico.
Tell me who's watching. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Madonna fights back in her emotional adoption battle. Our exclusive interview with her attorney. Plus, the little girl's father responds. The early show coming up. When the questions are just as important as the answers.
Aren't you going to have to tell them that they just can't do that?
There's one place where the biggest names in politics face the facts, face the truth.
How bad is this situation right now?
Face the Nation with Bob Schieffer, Sundays on CBS.
Journalists investigate the murder of one of their own tonight on the CBS Evening News.
It's something everyone struggles with, the battle of the bulge. Whether it's a serious weight problem or just trying to trim up, dieting is one of the hardest things to do, and experts say having a support system is key. But did you know you can get that now from your phone? Here with an update is Natalie Del Conte, technology contributor for CBS News. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
So first of all, the one that I really like is one that I've used that you introduced me to called Lose It. Tell us about that one.
Right, that's something I discovered recently because I polled users on Twitter to see what they were using on their mobile phones, and everyone said that Lose It was the most successful. It's a free application that you get on the iPhone. It keeps track of what you eat in accordance to your gender and your goals and what you eat every day and how much you're exercising. So it's going to give you an allotment of calories, and then once you eat something, you put it in, and it will adjust how much more you have to eat or how much more you can eat based on exercise. It's kind of a fun little numbers game, but it also keeps you in line.
What about this barcode scanner? Sounds kind of interesting.
That is a very similar application to Lose It because it keeps track of your exercise and your calories that you're allotted, but it also uses the scanner on the G1, which is just its mobile phone camera, and you can just scan in any barcode, say to a bag of pretzels or something, and then based on that barcode, it will know how many calories are in that food and put it automatically in your log.
One of the biggest things about all of this is accountability. So what does Tweet What You Eat do? Does that provide accountability?
It does. It's very similar. You just Twitter to your own Twitter account what you're eating, and at the end of the day you have a log in the same way that all of these other applications are keeping a log, although it doesn't automatically give you the calories, so you have to know that yourself. But I tried it for a while and I realized that I eat the same things almost every day. It's kind of boring, but then you memorize that, oh, I'm eating this yogurt, that's 70 calories. I'm eating this asparagus, that's 10 or whatever.
There's an application, it's kind of like old school gone digital, the Weight Watchers one. What's happening there?
Well, Weight Watchers has really been on the cutting edge of technology because they realize that the more your support system surrounds you, the more you're going to use it. So Weight Watchers uses the point system, and on their website you can keep track of your points, but also on your mobile phone you can keep track of your points, and each food is worth so many points, and so you put it in. Although this is not free, you have to already be a member of either the Weight Watchers support groups or Weight Watchers Online, which is only about $5 a month.
Well, the other ones you mentioned before are free applications?
Everything else was free.
Okay,
right.
and then what about the Calorie Count Mobile?
This is something that anyone can use, and I like it because it's not tied to your cell phone. You can use it on your cell phone, but then when you get to your desk at work, you can also use the web application as well. So you're not tied to just whatever you're carrying around, which is nice. And it also keeps track of your exercise and your calories that you're eating, just so you have some accountability and some awareness of what you're doing in terms of exercise and calorie intake.
I think awareness seems to be the one thing that's probably the biggest key to all of this, because a lot of us just mouth food and we don't really know what we're putting into our mouth.
Exactly. I mean, when I started using this about a month ago, I don't think I really realized I just take a scoop of peanut butter and walk around the house with it, and now I'm like, I'm not eating that. That's 100 calories. So it's the accountability for it more than anything else, although you definitely learn to just, it's like keeping a checkbook. You afford some things and other things you realize you can't afford.
All right, great advice. Natalie Del Conte, CBS News technology contributor. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
A new competitor is about to enter the world of internet search engines. Len Ramirez from our San Francisco station KPIX shows us what it can do better than Google and what Google is doing to fight back.
Sure, there's Google and Yahoo and a bunch of others, but CPA David Neighbors says they don't do enough for him.
To read my mind.
A new search engine called Wolfram Alpha may come close. If it lives up to its hype, it will be like having Einstein next to you to take your questions and calculate your answers.
The Wolfram Alpha website aims to answer questions that might not have been answered already on the web.
Wolfram Alpha is the brainchild of renowned British physicist and mathematician Stephen Wolfram, who's worked on creating this for the past 20 years.
We can actually sort of just walk up to a website and ask some question and have it generate the knowledge that we want to have.
Let's just say I wanted to find out what day of the week would Christmas Day 4009 be. So I go to Google and I will type in what day of the week will Christmas Day 2009 be, and hit search. And the answers that I get back from Google, number one is explore gay clubs that open on Christmas Day with timeout. The next one is Faber-Burner Company Customer Services 2009 rate schedule. Not exactly the answers I was looking for. Next, I searched my smartphone's calendar and clicked ahead on the years. I got to the year 25-something before I gave up, after more than 500 clicks. Wolfram Alpha works by searching formulas, algorithms, and the world's available knowledge on any subject, in this case calendars, to find the right answer.
Sort of like interacting with an expert, it will kind of understand what you're talking about, do the actual computation, and then be able to sort of present to you results.
Google is still the king of search, but it's already working on similar technology to battle it out with its upstart rival. The competition will transform the internet search experience, making personal computers compute for us in a more personal way. Len Ramirez for CBS News, San Jose.
Now look at your Tuesday weather. Thunderstorms are expected across the southern plains, with more likely in the southeast. It'll be another rainy day in the mid-Atlantic and northeast, where it'll be windy and cold as well. The southwest should stay dry, but the northwest is looking at a wet and windy day. This is CBS News Up to the Minute.
My name's George. I live in Milwaukee.
Bill, I live in Sherwood.
I'm from Vancouver. My name's Arlene.
What do I love about where I live?
Where I live?
You can actually find trees every block you go.
A lot of weird people.
I like my home. I mean,
rated 18th in the nation, livability.
it's my home. I love everything about it.
Oh, I guess go down to the waterfront.
The fact that it's such a pet-friendly city.
In the summertime, there's an activity every weekend.
No, we get to be who we are here.
Yeah.
And
It's quiet.
I feel safe. So I would say the weather.
The fresh air.
I'm trying to figure that out still.
A lot of talent, a lot of art.
How young we are at heart.
Great streets for walking. I love the affordability.
and I love pals.
Everybody's always willing to help people.
The people are pretty fantastic.
I think I'll go have some fun. Thank you.
As a woman, I know the challenge of fighting wrinkles as you get older. As a physician, I know there's nothing I trust more for treating wrinkles than the ingredients found in hydroxytone. Ingredients proven to erase wrinkles, tighten skin, and make frown lines disappear from view.
Now you can request a risk-free trial of hydroxytone today. Call 1-800-983-3387. The results are so impressive, hydroxytone was given away in celebrity gift bags at international film festivals. It erases wrinkles, tightens skin, and makes frown lines disappear from view.
I recommend it because I know hydroxytone works. It works for me.
For a limited time, try it before you buy it. But when this offer's gone, it's gone. Go to smootherface.com or call 1-800-983-3387. That's 1-800-983-3387. Call the number on your screen right now. 1-800-983-3387.
We close this half hour with a modern-day Pied Piper, but his instrument of choice isn't a pipe. CBS's Steve Hartman has a story.
Every time 70-year-old Andy Mackey draws a breath, it's music to his ears, whether there's a harmonica there or not. He's just glad to be alive.
How are you still sitting here?
I guess they don't need a harmonica player in heaven yet.
Andy Mackey, a Scottish-born retired horse trainer, lives in this camper in northwest Washington state. Lives here even though technically, medically, he should have died long ago. After his 9th heart surgery, Andy's doctors had him on 15 different medicines, but the side effects made life miserable. So one day, he quit taking all 15 and decided to spend his final days doing something he always wanted to do.
Go. Out, 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 in, out.
Andy used the money he would have spent on the prescriptions to give away 300 harmonicas with lessons.
Very good.
And when he didn't die the next month, he bought a few hundred more.
I just started going from school to school.
It's now 11 years and 13,000 harmonicas later.
I'll see a pregnant lady on the sidewalk and I'll give her a harmonica for the baby.
He taught us a lot. He's very nice. Everybody likes him. Everybody.
To keep the kids interested in music as they get older, Andy now spends the bulk of his Social Security check making what he calls strum sticks. He's given away thousands of these, too. He also buys store-made instruments for kids who show a special interest and provides free lessons to everyone
Declan, give me an E.
by getting the older kids to teach the younger kids.
Yeah, he's getting the hang of it. I tell him that music is a gift. You give it away. You give it away and you get to keep it forever.
The end result is something truly unique to this corner of America. Seems everywhere you look, every place you go, every kid you meet has that same genuine passion for fiddle music.
I can't explain the joy. I don't think Bill Gates feels any richer inside than I do.
Do you think you're still living today because of the kids and the music?
I really believe that.
CBS's Steve Hartman. Thanks for joining us this half hour. This is CBS News Up to the Minute.
The dancing stars are about to hit the jackpot.
Now on CBS News Up to the Minute, President Obama takes aim at foreign tax havens.
Or the largest tax scam in the world.
With corporate lobbyists gearing up for a $200 billion fight.
Right now they're bargain shopping, let's face it.
And 1 week after striking a deal for part of Chrysler, Fiat is gearing up for a run at General Motors. Good morning from CBS News headquarters in New York. This is Up to the Minute. I'm Michelle Gielan. As cases of the H1N1 virus continue to spread to all corners of the globe, fears that the virus will touch off a deadly pandemic are starting to fade. Here in the U.S., infected schools are reopening, but overseas, Mexican citizens are still getting the cold shoulder. 4 South American countries will not allow Mexican airliners to touch down. Mexico's soccer team was barred from Chile, and China is rounding up Mexican nationals for quarantine. CBS's Joel Brown reports.
Memories of the deadly SARS virus have health officials in Asia taking every possible precaution with the H1N1 virus. One guest from this Hong Kong hotel has it. He's in the hospital, but 350 other guests and employees have been quarantined inside since Friday. They're well stocked with food and supplies, but they're not happy.
Get over here.
Compare that to the scene at this New York City school, the site of a massive H1N1 outbreak a week ago.
I'm better. I still have a cough.
Students went back to classes Monday.
Well, my parents made me bring this, but I mean, I can see why, because the lockers weren't clean, but I mean, they did fumigate the school, so it's all good.
Still, across the U.S., hundreds of schools remain closed. U.S. officials are leaving that decision up to individual school districts, but they seem more and more convinced that the threat here is declining.
We are cautiously optimistic that this particular strain will not be more severe than a normal seasonal flu outbreak.
That was not the case in Mexico, where the H1N1 virus may have originated last month. Over 700 people got sick, at least 26 died. But Mexican officials feel the disease has peaked and is on the decline. They're allowing businesses to reopen their doors the day after Cinco de Mayo. Health officials say it's too soon to celebrate. Joel Brown, CBS News, Washington.
Positive reports on pending home sales and construction spending sent stocks through the roof. The Dow gained more than 200 points. The S&P was up 3% and is now in positive territory for the year. President Obama is taking aim at American corporations and individuals who use the tax code to hide their profits overseas. The president is promising to close those loopholes. It's the same promise John F. Kennedy made 48 years ago. His efforts came to nothing. Teams of corporate lobbyists are arming themselves for a legislative battle that could be worth $210 billion. CBS's Chip Reed reports.
The president said it's time to fix a broken tax code that encourages U.S. corporations to send money and jobs overseas.
It's a tax code that says you should pay lower taxes if you create a job in Bangalore, India, than if you create one in Buffalo, New York.
The White House gives this example. 2 U.S. companies decide to build a new factory. Company A builds in the U.S. and is taxed 35% on profits. Company B builds in a foreign country where the tax rate is 10%. It has to pay the other 25% only when it brings its profits back to the U.S. But many companies never do, instead reinvesting the money overseas. Promising to end that practice was a major applause line for the president on the campaign trail. The president also proposed cracking down on wealthy individuals and corporations that avoid taxes by putting money in foreign tax havens. This building in the Cayman Islands is home to nearly 19,000 corporations.
Either this is the largest building in the world or the largest tax scam in the world. And I think the American people know which it is.
But Marty Regalia of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce says the president's proposals are a $210 billion tax grab to pay for bigger government.
We're going to penalize those companies simply because they are successful
and the administration needs money.
In a letter to Congress, 200 major U.S. corporations say higher taxes on foreign operations will impair the global competitiveness of U.S. companies, resulting in job losses here at home. On Capitol Hill, critics warn that if taxes on U.S. multinationals go up, more will suffer the fate of Budweiser, Lucent Technologies, and John Hancock Financial Services. All were bought by foreign corporations. For the president, getting this plan through Congress is not going to be easy. Business lobbyists are expected to pull out all the stops in an effort to defeat it. And on Capitol Hill, even some top Democrats gave it a lukewarm reception. Chip Reed, CBS News, the White House.
A bankruptcy judge is expected to rule today on whether to allow Chrysler to begin the process of selling some of its assets to the Italian car maker Fiat. Dissident bondholders who scuttled last week's government-brokered deal are trying to stop it. They also want to prevent Chrysler from paying $8 billion in outstanding bills to suppliers, dealers, and employees. Meanwhile, Fiat is not standing still. It's gearing up for a bigger run at General Motors. CBS's Anthony Mason reports.
A week after Fiat joined hands with Chrysler, the Italian automaker's looking to buy GM's European operations and its Opel brand, a move that could make it the world's fourth largest car company.
Right now, they're bargain shopping, let's face it.
Analyst Jack Nerad says it's the new survival strategy.
To play in this game in the future, car companies are feeling they have to be global or they're not a player at all.
Only 5 years ago, Fiat itself was on the brink of bankruptcy. But new CEO Sergio Marchionne engineered a stunning turnaround. As car sales slid across Europe in March, Fiat sales were up almost 15%.
Fiat has demonstrated that it can build the clean, fuel-efficient cars that are the future of the industry.
But international mergers can be tricky, and Chrysler's previous marriage ended in divorce after Daimler, the German automaker, lost billions. Now it's Fiat's turn to try to understand the American customer.
That was Daimler's failing with Chrysler. They didn't really get the North American market. They didn't, I think, get what the Chrysler brand stood for.
In Europe, Fiat's been using an American actor to sell its cars, but as the commercial points out, when you buy a Fiat, George Clooney is not included.
For now, Ferrari and Maserati are the only Fiat-owned brands sold in the U.S. The Italian automaker pulled out of the American market back in the early 1980s when some buyers joked that Fiat stood for Fix It Again, Tony.
But Fiat still has its fans here, like Bob Rayner, who's owned 9 of the cars. As head of the largest Fiat fan club in the country, he likes to quote his favorite auto writer,
who said the Germans invented the automobile, the Americans turned it into a disposable item, but the Italians taught it how to dance and sing.
If its bold expansion strategy is going to work, Fiat will need to give Detroit some dancing lessons. Anthony Mason, CBS News, New York.
There's a lot more news ahead. This is CBS News, up to the minute.
So the insurance company and the folks that did this to me have some sort of arrangement. They get more work and the insurance company gets kickbacks. I see. Look! Who wins here? Not me. Or me.
It's your right to choose who fixes your car, not the insurance companies. You know, I'm on your side.
Dentistry has finally changed.
Blodgett Dental made my lifelong dream of having a nice smile come true. They have a kind of care that if you need them no matter what, afterwards, like a tooth pulled or anything, they're always there for you. Thanks to Blodgett Dental, I have a new sense of confidence I have never had in my entire life. It really is a life-changing experience having a smile that you're proud of.
Every day, this is our standard of care. We're Blodgett Dental Care in downtown and in Beaverton.
Tired of having to clean your patio every year? Protect your investment. Seal it forever. Call PermaTreat. We'll professionally clean, then seal your patio or exterior surfaces for the last time. Your patio will retain its original beauty and permanently repel moss, mold, mildew, dirt, and stains, so it will always look new. And we'll back it all up with a 15-year written warranty. Protect your investment. Seal it forever with PermaTreat. Call 503-620-SEAL today.
I'm from Vancouver. My name's Arlene.
What do I love about where I live? I live in downtown Old Sherwood, which is only 4 square blocks, but it's really, really nice.
I would say the weather.
The fresh air.
When we went in this grocery last night, everybody without exception smiles.
It's a great place to raise kids.
Go out to the ocean, we like Bend, and, you know, it's all relatively close.
A lot of weird people.
The presses at the Boston Globe will keep rolling, at least for now. Monday, the newspaper's owners, the New York Times, said it had a tentative deal to cut costs with 6 of the 7 unions representing workers. The Times says it's halfway to the $20 million mark in cuts it needs to keep the paper alive. Some good news for the struggling housing market. America's realtors say that the number of homes under contract, they're called pending sales, is up for the 2nd straight month. And spending on construction is up as well after 5 months of declines. Alexis Christoforous has more in this morning's CBS Money Watch.
Wall Street will be looking to build on Monday's big rally. Investors went on a stock buying spree after strong reports on construction and future home sales signaled the recession may be easing. The Dow rocketed 214 points, while the Nasdaq soared 44, and the S&P 500 climbed 29 and is now positive for the year. Financial stocks helped fuel the rally. The government is expected to release results this week of its stress tests of 19 key banks. Bank of America is denying a report that it's looking to raise another $10 billion in capital. Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke will testify on Capitol Hill about the state of the economy. We'll find out if he believes the recession is winding down. Signs of increasing energy demand in China pushed oil above $54 a barrel Monday, its highest level of the year. China is the world's 2nd largest oil consumer. And Amazon is set to launch a newer version of its popular Kindle e-book reader today. It's expected to have a larger screen designed to mimic the look of newspapers and magazines. For more business headlines, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. In New York, I'm Alexis Christoforous.
Angels and Demons, the long-awaited sequel to The Da Vinci Code, premiered in Rome yesterday. And director Ron Howard stirred up some extra controversy by accusing the Vatican of meddling with the film's production. CBS's Terry Okita has a story from Hollywood.
The red carpet was rolled out in Rome, but not by the Catholic Church. The Angels and Demons movie premiered Monday amid claims that the church tried to prevent the filming of certain scenes.
The Vatican had exerted some influence. It would be difficult for us to gain the kind of support that we needed if we wanted to shoot in a couple of areas.
Those areas, churches shot in the background. Howard says he was frustrated but not surprised, especially after the Angels and Demons prequel, The Da Vinci Code, caused so much controversy. The film's stars say they don't think the Vatican will be offended by this movie.
I didn't think it was anti-Catholic or anti-religion or anything. I wouldn't have wanted to do it if I had thought it was.
In Angels and Demons, starring Tom Hanks, an ancient underground group known as the Illuminati kidnaps 4 cardinals, wants to blow up the Vatican, then put one of their own in as Pope.
We are under attack from an old enemy, the Illuminati.
To make up for some of the shooting challenges in Rome, the crew reconstructed the Vatican and the famed artwork of Michelangelo and Bernini here in Hollywood.
Access to the archives is only by written decree by the Holy Father.
A Vatican spokesman says Howard's claims are just meant to drum up publicity. Howard says he didn't seek any cooperation from the Vatican because of the opposition he encountered in filming the Da Vinci Code. Church leaders called for boycotts of that movie. It still grossed more than $750 million worldwide. Terry Okita, CBS News, Hollywood.
And a smash hit for a film that hasn't even been released yet. The filming of a chase scene through New York's Times Square went horribly wrong early Monday. A stuntman driving a Ferrari lost control, jumped the curb, and crashed into a storefront, leaving 2 people injured. One of them was hit by a falling lamppost.
Oh, man.
More news in a moment. This is CBS News Up to the Minute.
I don't feel my age, and I don't want my skin to show it.
Gold Bond Ultimate Restoring Lotion, moisturizers, vitamins, and restoring CoQ10 help skin renew itself.
Here's the skin I remember.
Gold Bond Ultimate Restoring.
This stuff really works.
Excuse me. Do you know the way to Route 70?
Nope.
What is that?
That's the money you could be saving with Geico. Poor fella. Must have been following you for miles. Looks tired.
Tell me who's watching. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
If credit card debt is taking over your life, please write down this number and call us today.
I see people every day that are on the brink. They're going to go over the edge, and at the bottom is a bankruptcy, and we pull them back, and they appreciate it.
Call for Care One Credit Counseling Services to help put an end to the worry, the collection calls, the sleepless nights without bankruptcy.
You do get to consolidate your payments. You don't have to worry about making one payment a month instead of making 3, 4, or 5.
A Care One credit counselor knows how to listen and can help you reduce your payments, pay off debts faster, and stay out of debt.
People are truly amazed when they call us and they see what we can do to help them. I mean, the relief in their voice is just, it makes the job worthwhile.
Please, call today to speak to a Care One credit counselor. It's 15 minutes that can change your life. And the sooner you call, the easier it is.
Care One for you.
It is your path out.
I need pain relief that won't mess with my grip.
The new Icy Hot No Mess Applicator. Massages in long-lasting relief for shoulders, knees, backs, even arthritis. Icy to dull pain, hot to relax it away. Icy Hot No Mess Applicator.
No pain, no mess.
Madonna fights back in her emotional adoption battle. Our exclusive interview with her attorney. Plus, the little girl's father responds. The early show coming up. When the questions are just as important as the answers.
Aren't you going to have to tell them that they just can't do that?
There's one place where the biggest names in politics face the facts, face the truth.
How bad is this situation right now?
Face the Nation with Bob Schieffer, Sundays on CBS.
Journalists investigate the murder of one of their own tonight on the CBS Evening News.
In the age of the internet and on-demand everything, the art of the photograph can be often taken for granted. For more than 50 years, Sports Illustrated has captured some of the most incredible sports images. And now the magazine has sorted through hundreds of thousands of those photos to create Slideshow, the secrets and surprises from SI's classic photos. Stephen Hoffman is the author and the magazine's creative director. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us, this book is beautiful, first of all. Why did you decide to put this together? What was the thoughts behind it?
Well, my feeling was that now that slides are being digitized and being taken out of their mounts, which they historically have been in, that I started to see them being cut up and this history of the slide being sort of thrown away. And I thought, well, don't do that. Let's save them and let's see what happened to these slides, because the markings on these slides often are like tags on a steamer trunk that sort of tell you where the slide has been and gives you a history of the slide, which we would have otherwise lost. So they're very revealing and very beautiful, just as artifacts.
And we've picked out some of your favorite photos, and they reveal a lot. The first one is Michael Jordan. I love this shot, and especially because of the story behind it. Tell us what that is.
Well, this is just a wonderful, classic, iconic picture of Michael Jordan, and one of our great photographers, Walter Yost, shot this. And when you shoot Michael, particularly at this time in his career when he was just in such tremendous demand, his time was very difficult to come by. Walter wasn't sure if Michael was going to show up in a red Bulls uniform or a white Bulls uniform, so he took a parking lot and he painted it blue on one half and then white on the other half. So if Michael had showed up in his white jersey, he painted it red, so that if Michael showed up in his white jersey, he would be on red, wearing a white jersey.
So it would really pop.
So it really popped, is what I'm trying to say. And it's sort of a shame because the shadow is so magnificent on this picture, and when I put this picture on the cover of the magazine, of course the magazine is a vertical, so it was a fantastic cover, but I cropped out Walter's wonderful shadow there, part of so much of the artistry of the picture. And then you can, by looking at the slide, you can see over on the, somewhere on the slide, it tells you, on the top where it says 4/26/04, that the picture ran again. And that time we ran it as a spread. It was in a Pictures of the Year issue.
And all those notes along the edges are so telling.
Right.
What about this one at the Astrodome? I love this picture because it was different from what was on the cover, where you just sort of saw the regular shot of the players jumping.
Well, this is a fantastic photograph by Neil Leifer. And you have to bring yourself back in time when the Astrodome first was built. It was really considered the eighth wonder of the world. It was just an amazing place, and it gave you the opportunity, it gave a photographer, an intrepid photographer like Neil Leifer, the opportunity to go up into the very, very tippy top, which is, I'm sure, quite a hike along the bowl of the interior of the Astrodome, and take a picture looking straight down. And you've got to also consider the lighting technique. I can't even imagine how he lit this picture and got this one frame, which I'm sure he had to shoot with a flash. And you capture Elvin Hayes and Lou Alcindor at this just spectacular moment of the tip-off.
Tell us about the next one. There's so many great pictures. I want to make sure to get them all in.
Okay, sure.
Nadia Comaneci. There was a big rivalry there at the time.
Yes, during those Olympics, and Olga Korbut and Nadia Comaneci were sort of vying for the heartstrings of the world. And Nadia, had 3 perfect 10s that Olympic. And they were the first 10s ever recorded in women's gymnastics. And as a matter of fact, a small footnote to that is there were no 10s on the scoreboard. They didn't have double digits because no one had ever had one. So she actually, on the scoreboard, got a 1.0.
Amazing. And you really just have a split second to take that shot.
Yes.
What about this one of Bruce Jenner? We know him from now the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but he was, I mean, that's the younger generation's knowledge of him, but he's actually
he was
a great athlete.
He was at that time, the decathlon has lost a little bit of its luster, but at that time, the winner of the decathlon was really considered the greatest athlete in the world. Right. And it was quite a big deal. And he had come in, I believe, 10th in the trial, so he was a really unexpected winner. And you can see how many times this picture has been used by all the scribbling and scrawling all over it. One other footnote to this picture is when Bruce ran around the track, a fan handed him a small flag on a stick. And Bruce kept it, and he ran around the entire stadium. And that was really the first time that an athlete ran around the stadium with a flag, and now you have to do that.
Now it's some easy.
And nobody had ever done it until then.
And this next one's great. Let's take a look at this picture of the downhill skier.
Yeah, this is the great Franz Klammer. And I mean, I really like this picture because it just was such a beautiful object. I mean, there's so many great things going on. You can see where it says 9 on the right-hand side there. That, of course, in the old days, you would have, you'd give literally an inch measurement to a photostat maker who would make the print that would then go into the magazine, 9 inches being a full page or a cover in this case. And he was just a great hero. It's also on the facing page of this picture, you see another great skier of the time going down the chute from the other point of view. So it shows how intrepid and creative our photographers were.
And I think lastly this morning, tell us about this Joe Namath tanning picture.
Oh, yeah, well, here's a picture.
Such personality.
Yeah, this is a picture that you couldn't get anymore. I mean, imagine Tom Brady sitting around by the pool with a couple of, you'd be swarmed. And the story about this, Walter took this picture, Walter Yost, and he was apparently really upset that because the Jets were such large underdogs to the Colts, nobody thought they would win. They were the AFC team playing the vaunted NFL team. And so he thought he was getting the loser. And so he hung around the pool with Joe. And actually, that's over on the left in the black T-shirt is Brent Musburger. There's a couple of other notables in this picture.
Chicago.
And it just became the iconic picture, almost of an era of sort of brash youth, 60s, kind of thing. And, it's just wonderful. Yeah.
Personality. Great. Thank you. And again, the book is called Slideshow, The Secrets and Surprises from SI's Classic Photos. Sports Illustrated creative director Stephen Hoffman. Stephen, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
After a marathon battle with the Bulls, the Celtics are now taking on the Magic. Dwight Howard returning from his one-game suspension, his 16 points and 22 rebounds at one point, putting the Magic up by 28 points. But the Celtics surged back minute by minute, at one point getting within 4 points with 19 seconds to go. But it ended up being a little too late, and the Magic win 91-87. Scary moments during the St. Louis Cardinals game as outfielder Rick Ankiel crashes into the wall while chasing down a ball. He didn't immediately move following the incident, and they eventually had to cart him off the field as he gave a thumbs up. No official word yet, though a doctor on the field said Ankiel had signs of whiplash. And it was the battle of two young superstars in the Penguins-Capitals game. Alex Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby have shown some hatred for each other, and they went off. First, it was Crosby with a goal, then Ovechkin countered with a goal, and then Crosby nailed in another one. Then after the Caps tied it up, Ovechkin got another goal, then he lights it up for yet another one. That was a hat trick for him. Then Crosby gets himself a hat trick, but in the end, Crosby could not do it all, and the Capitals win 4-3. They lead the series 2-0.
I love this store.
We like it.
Real nice.
Check this out.
At the warehouse. Hi, I'm Randall Palazzo with Palazzo Custom Homes. We continue to sell many new homes with the winning combination of high quality, great pricing, and vintage reproduction designs available only through Palazzo Custom Homes. Brand new, green certified homes in many close-in Portland neighborhoods. Come see our beautiful English Tudor, Craftsman bungalows, and our 4-square homes, all at prices you can afford. Visit us at PalazzoCustomHomes.com or go to Coin Local 6 and click on the Generation Green page.
Do you know why you get dark circles under your eyes? Because blood leaks out of your capillaries and pools under your skin. I'm not kidding, it's just like an ugly bruise. But now you can erase dark circles with a revolutionary breakthrough called Hydrolyze. Hydrolyze diminishes the appearance of dark circles and tightens puffiness in bags by repairing leaky capillaries, leaving you with younger, brighter eyes. See for yourself by calling for a risk-free trial right now.
My husband, he can't stop complimenting me. People tell me I look 10 years younger.
Even doctors say surgery cannot deliver these stunning results. Hydrolyze is so powerful, it even helps build new collagen into skin, reducing crow's feet and wrinkles. Try Hydrolyze risk-free and see for yourself.
Well, I used it and wow, the dark circles are gone. I don't look tired anymore. I feel great.
You deserve younger, brighter eyes. Call now for your risk-free trial of Hydrolyze and experience the transformation for yourself. For your risk-free trial, go to youngerlookingeyes.com or call 1-800-508-5797. That's 1-800-508-5797.
Made in America.
It won't fit. Half off.
Need a new one. Super selection.
At the warehouse.
President Obama gets thousands of letters every day, and aides select 10 of them for him to read personally. So the odds of getting a letter into the president's hands are pretty slim. But as CBS's Bill Whitaker tells us, some kids have found a way to beat the odds.
My favorite color is pink.
8-year-old Lucy O'Brien loves to draw. Ask her dad, a fine antiques dealer.
Lucy is a drawer. That's what she loves to do.